Alrighty, let's get settled here. Alright, CBA fans, we're here with the special broadcast of the CBA. We have a special announcement. We're here with League Commissioner Perry Swag, who's Twitterless, so I can't do an anything. So you can follow him at fake Perry Swag, and I guess that'll do. You can follow myself at hchantilly25 on Twitter. We brought you here today. We have this special announcement. We're ready to announce. Everyone's been asking us about schedule. Everyone's been wanting to know who's going to play who. And we don't have the schedule. We will throw this out there right now. We don't have the schedule finalized just yet, but we do have an announcement for opening night. And then after that, we'll have a special announcement pertaining to CBA Camp 2013, which I know everyone's excited about. But Perry Swag, since you're the commissioner, I'll let you do the special announcement. Give us the opening night. What is opening night tonight?
All right. Well, opening night is going to be March 4th. That's in about a little less than a month.
24 days till tip.
24 days till tip.
Hashtag.
This guy's got it going on. But we'll be tipping off at the Tree Dome, and so we have two special games for that night. I guess I'll do the first game of the season. The first game of the year. These two teams did not play last year. These two teams were in the same conference, but they did not play each other. We will have our defending champion, Eastwood Eagles, taking the hardwood against the Broadway Ballers. Okay, so Broadway and Eastwood Eagles, you guys will be taking to the hardwood at 6 o'clock. Tentatively set 6 o'clock on March 4th at the Tree Dome. You'll be going at it. Those two teams didn't get to play last year because of some scheduling conflicts and ended up not even playing. So those two teams will get to play each other this year. We're looking at having two games of you guys playing against each other. But 6 o'clock, you two will be taking the hardwood against each other. And then our nightcapper for that night, really excited about this game. It's going to bring in our regular season New Testament Conference champions, the Holy Spirit Men in Black. Will be facing off against our third place winners from 2012, the First Baptist Flamingos. So that'll be a big game with First Baptist and Holy Spirit. Been a kind of a solid rivalry over the last couple of years. So just to kind of recap, first night will be Eastwood Eagles and Broadway Ballers, and then the nightcapper will be the First Baptist Flamingos and the Holy Spirit Men in Black. And all four of those teams have had solid fan bases in the past. We're looking excited to see how the fans come out for opening night, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Perry, let's kind of we know quite a bit about these teams, so let's break it down a little bit. Obviously, you and I, we go to Eastwood. We're familiar with the team. We're familiar with the players. Perry is an alum from the Eastwood Eagles. Let's break this game down against Broadway United. Like we said, last year we didn't get to play. It was going to be a really good game. I was excited about it, and then I think it was Broadway ended up having to forfeit.
Well, there was a game where both teams couldn't make it. We tried to reschedule at no time. So.
Was it spring break probably?
No, it was just a random week that didn't work out. So neither team forfeited. It was kind of like a game where we just had to toss out because we couldn't find any other time to schedule it.
But it's going to be a good game. The Eagles, they did lose. They lost a lot of depth from last year. They lose the team's all-time leading scorer, Spencer Austin. They lose Do-It-All big man Jacob Gaddy.
Player of the year in 2011.
CBA Player of the Year in 2011. They lose. Who else did they lose?
Zach Ross.
Who's here at WKU with us? Who else?
They lost Aaron James.
They like we said, they had a big alliance. That was the five group of people who started in 8th grade and played all the way through high school together. And then last year they were able to come away with that championship.
But with Broadway, they lost a good number of players too. The Wilkin twins, both of those guys, Alex and Cole.
I didn't realize they were twins.
Also lost
Merlin.
They also lost Emmanuel Yabuniwe, Morgan White, and I think Connor Larimore were their 5 seniors. So both teams losing people, but also have a lot of talent coming back.
Yeah, that's not to say just because these guys lost players does not mean they're going to not come back fully loaded. Eastwood still has Derek Logsdon, will be his 5th year. Mm-hmm. They've got Joseph McIntyre playing.
As far as I know.
As far as we know, Joseph McIntyre is playing. Rob Warren,
the mop,
the tournament's most outstanding player. We had a viewer and we lost him. And then if you look at Broadway, they've still got. They had E-Man. They have his brother Iggy, who's still coming back.
Drew Wilkin.
Who else do they? I just can't remember who else is on their team from last year.
They got some guys coming back that are gonna, I think, be able to help them be a contender in the Old Testament Conference, and hopefully, because they had to play Greenwood Park first round last year. Greenwood Park was a 3 seed in the New Testament Conference.
And as we know, Greenwood Park went on to make it all the way to the CBA championship. Yes. That was kind of hard to believe too. That Greenwood Park, with the talent they had a team a kid on their team who was definitely first team all region. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, here in Bowling Green. Excuse me again. How many kids did they have that played high school basketball on their team? At least 3.
Yeah, Spalding played at one point. Cody Spalding and Wes Johnson and
Austin Riley played
Austin
for one.
Riley, and then of course we had athletic guys like Ed Frazier and Minto.
Minto Bonlin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Minto.
A couple other guys. Yeah, I heard Minto. If you're watching, I heard you were hooping last night in your intramural game up in Kentucky. So congrats on that win. I heard you and Wes and Merlin took a win. So congrats on that.
I didn't know they were at UK.
Yeah, they're all up there.
Wow.
Bunch of those guys.
It's hard to believe that group was a 3 seed.
Yeah.
But
and First Baptist was the 4 seed, and
First Baptist was 4 seed. First Baptist definitely. If you look at them and said they finished 4th out of 5 teams in that division, you would be surprised because they're a solid team. They had the Riley brothers. They have TC3.
They had a lot of guys on that team.
They got a squad. Now speaking of that, First Baptist, we're rolling into. We got second game of the night is the Men in Black versus the Flamingos. We have the Men in Black who won the regular season in the New Testament conference, but then fell in the first. Who did they fall to in the first?
They lost to First Baptist.
They lost to First Baptist in the first round of the tournament.
Second quarterfinals.
I'm sorry, the second round technically, because
it was their first game they had to buy.
First Baptist had to play in the playing game.
Yeah. So First Baptist will be kind of a rematch of that game. It was a tightly contested game. First Baptist, of course, came out on top, but both teams will be looking for an opening season victory. It's a couple mega-sized matchups.
Yep.
We already saw. Darian Scott out there tweeted at us. He's getting excited for CBA. So you guys, if you're watching, you'll be playing in that first night on opening night for CBA. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a good year. Do you want to do some way too early predictions for those games, or do you? I don't know.
I don't know the rosters, but I'd be glad to throw out a.
I would think, and just to me, off the top of my head, I would think at least with the First Baptist Holy Spirit game, I would think that First Baptist would take that. Flamingo Nation would have that just because I don't know who's coming back from the Men in Black. They had a
Momkus graduated.
They had a huge
James
class.
Kenny and some of those guys.
Did Irons graduate?
Irons will be back. He's only a junior.
Irons is coming back. That's big for the Men in Black.
Yeah, he's only a junior, so he'll be
I
back.
just think the Flamingos have too much firepower. They got
Brett Riley. Tucker Sign. By the time it's all said and done, Tucker Sign could
What's his name?
Be CBA all-time leading scorer.
What's his name?
Stewie?
No, so you got Stewie. Now I'm thinking of the lady. Pitts' boy. We were talking about at the meeting.
Adam, you got a boy.
Shoot, I can't remember.
Darian?
No, but I mean he's solid too. Shoot, it's not TC. It's not Creed. It is Travis Creed.
Creed and Tucker Sign.
That's what
sophomores.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah, there's some good sophomores in the league. Rob Warren, of course. Tucker Sign. TC3.
I just think that game right there lends itself to the Flamingos having the firepower to carry them through, especially the first week of the season. It's new, everyone's still trying to find their feet. Mm-hmm. I think firepower right there is.
And I believe James Kenny will be coaching the Men in Black as well. We were told.
Right.
So that'd be with Father Steve stepping aside after 2 successful seasons. Kenny, an alum, will be taking over. And it sounds like kind of a trio or quad or what's a quad? A quad. Of course, Adam Pitts. Andrew Deere, Will Brown, and Samir Frazier, when he can be there, will kind of be that. That's going to be a tough. I guess that foursome coaching staff right there.
That's a foursome of coaches that I would put up against anybody. But we kind of skipped over the Eastwood game. It's hard. I don't want to say Eastwood, just being as in because I'm good friends with some of the players on there. I don't want to say Eastwood. I'm trying to. I mean, Broadway. I almost have a hard time picking that game.
I mean, it depends on who Eastwood has, because obviously you have the potential to, with the combining the teams of having some of the Oaks guys like Kalen Maxey and Thomas Hill and some of those guys coming over.
Thomas Hill's
he's only a senior, yeah.
So
and some of those guys coming over. Carter Mitchell. If you add in those to McIntyre and Warren and Logston, Bergamini, you're going to have a probably a pretty solid squad. So you got to think that'll be a pretty fun game.
It's definitely going to be a game. I think it's a perfect segue. It's the perfect game for the first night of the season. Thinking you have teams who are going to come out there, who are going to compete and put together a great performance for our fans, and that's really who it's all. We do this it's entertaining for us.
Do it for him first.
It's not like our players are getting tons of money. It's just
that'd be nice. If you guys want to get paid.
No, we don't need a CBA doesn't need a CBA.
True. All
right.
Yeah.
Barry, you want to add anything? Oh, we almost forgot this, but we also want to do a special announcement about CBA camp. Everyone, we talked with Derek Logsden, shout out to at DLog95 last time, about since he was the director of CBA camp, we had him talk about the success of the CBA camp and what it did for that community. We actually already have dates for CBA Camp 2013, so get your pencils ready. We're about to lay some knowledge on you. CBA Camp, well, I'll kick it to Perry. Since you're the commissioner,
we have talked with Dishman McGinnis, great host last year. They are open to hosting us again, so we're working on the paperwork. But with all that being said, CBA Camp is looking to be a little later this year. It's probably most likely, right now the date is going to be 5 days, June 10th through June 14th.
And it's only about it's about, I think, a week, maybe 10 days later than it was last year. So we're right in that target time.
Yeah.
To go.
And it'll give us some more time to go out and maybe canvass neighborhoods a couple weeks before, because school had ended and it was just kind of a boom. So now we'll hopefully have some time
and a lot of
to
it
go
too,
out and connect with the community a little bit.
And a lot of it too was we planned a little bit later because we have Perry is working with the mission team group here in Bowling Green at that time, and Derek, who's the CBA camp director, will be working at a camp in North Carolina. We have a lot of people who are involved with CBA camp who are doing other great things at other great ministries. So we got to try to get all this planning done.
Doing big things.
Taking it to #new heights, because that is the league hashtag.
Right. This man with
that's the trend for this year.
That team hashtag.
That's what
over here.
Derek and I created last time.
I dig.
But it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully all our CBA players this year will come out and help out with camp. Hopefully we'll see some new faces. Hopefully we'll see some old faces, and hopefully we'll just love on them like we did last year.
Amen. That's all I got.
You got anything?
Let's go. Get ready for CBA. It's gonna be hype this year. So make sure you're out there.
That's all I got. So for Perry Slack, I'm Dustin H. Tilly, and we're out.